Hello, I'm Jeff. I'm here to tell you about the 5 planets that will be visible in the evening sky during the summer in 2016. The particular image you're looking at now was taken in February, earlier this year in 2016, in the morning time with Mercury visible in the lower left part of the screen, along with Venus, as well as Saturn and Mars and Jupiter, when all 5 of these objects were visible at that time. This time it will occur in the evening sky, largely in the south and in the west, as we get into early and mid-August this year. This slide shows the evening sky, in particular with the planet Venus, for 2016 and 2017. During Venus' appearance in the evening western sky from the summer of 2016 until early spring of 2017. The line along the bottom of this chart indicates sunset, and all of the objects here are plotted compared to sunset. The setting time for Venus, in other words, the difference between sunset and the time Venus sets, is shown by the green line. Other planets are represented, such as the red line by Mars, the blue line of Spica, when these particular planets objects are setting compared to sunset. Notice that we have twilight in here, civil twilight. That is when the sky is still relatively bright and the sun is somewhat still near the horizon as it's actually set. Nautical twilight, that time when it's just you're able just to see the difference between the horizon and the sky. And then finally, when the sky becomes completely dark from the sun and other natural light, and the sky will be as dark as it gets for that particular time. And on this particular chart, we want to focus in here on August 4th. I've chosen August 4th for a particular reason, and the brown line here indicates the setting time of the star Antares, the planet Mars, the star Spica. We have the end of astronomical twilight. We have Jupiter in here setting. We have Mercury. And we have Venus setting. So notice that they're all lined up across the sky because they're setting at different times. And we'll also have the moon there. I chose the particular date of August 4th because the moon will be present and should help with identification of a couple of these objects. As Venus emerges from the sun, Mercury reaches its greatest angular separation from the sun. While this is not a good appearance, this evening of August 4th presents a great opportunity to view all 5 naked eye planets simultaneously. It is important, however, to locate a clear horizon, especially in the west, because Venus will only be standing about 3 degrees above the horizon. First, I think what we want to do here is to locate the moon and Mercury. The moon and Mercury will be moderately close together, about 1.5 degrees. And so the reason for this date is to choose the moon with a very thin crescent, just a day and a half or so, or less than that, from the new moon. Probably will need binoculars to see Mercury. Possibly then can find it without the binoculars since its proximity to the moon. Very low in the west, then we have Venus. It will only be 3 degrees above the horizon, and so at this time indicated here at about 8:35 p.m. as seen from the Chicago area. This is roughly 30 minutes, 35 minutes after sunset. So this view will be visible for many of you at about 30 to 35 minutes after sunset. Check your local sunset times. Venus being very, very low, and so it's important to locate this planet from a very, very clear horizon. Then, as we move farther to the left or farther to the east and south, we will see Jupiter. Jupiter being very bright to the upper left of the moon. And farther to the upper left of Jupiter, we will notice Spica. The star Spica, obviously not a planet, as a distant star that marks the distant background for our solar system. Then farther to the south, there are three objects there. Those three objects are Mars and Saturn, two other planets. And nearby is another star that marks the starry background for our solar system, and that is the star Antares. So these objects will be located from the south across the sky. West is approximately here on the chart, and so from the south to the west, you can locate these objects in the sky. So take a look throughout this month. August 4th, we have the moon nearby Mercury, and we will be able to track this throughout the month of August, in particular into the middle part of August, to find Venus and Mercury out there before Mercury descends and goes back into the sun's bright glare.